Greed is often what can turn a game on its head. Sometimes players would proceed to play incredibly risky in an attempt to try and win, but it ends up completely backfiring and killing the game's momentum. B4U is not a team known to be greedy. After all, being your region's strongest team for more than 5 years doesn't just require consistency, but requires discipline. Yet, in the first game, B4U was faltering. Despite the round 1 win, it was sloppy. Mistakes across the board for both Survivor and Hunter. And for Sprinter, what was an easy 4K and a large point lead became a one escape that gave RT some room to work with within the second map. Lakeside Village was RT's map, and when the band pick started, everything made sense. With Opera Singer globally banned, the team banned Sprinter's Goatman and anticipated that Sprinter would use his legendary Ivy, an Ivy that crushed one of Japan's greatest teams in Zeta. RT's composition reflected stability. It didn't attempt to full counter Ivy by playing characters like Barmaid, as it may have been too risky if Sprinter were to opt for something else, but they still did choose characters like Aeroplanus, who can become a problem if left unchecked. As round 2 began, Sprinter chased the Enchantress. Now just weeks before the tournament, Jala wasn't kiting hunters, but was the one playing Hunter. But due to some of RT's survivors unable to make it to the offline event, Jala was forced into a survivor role against a hunter well regarded as one of the best in the world, playing for a team where he didn't even speak the language of. Despite that, Jala kited extremely well, and a missed scare left Sprinter at a deficit as Jala proceeded to kite 2.5 ciphers. Baby Top was the first rescue, and already a mistake on RT's end as Mercenary's corruption stacks went above 60, allowing Sprinter's revelation to put him to 100. But a 3 stack from Jala stops the double down from happening. The second rescue takes place, and by the time Sprinter has taken Enchantress out of the manor, all ciphers are close to popping, and eventually, the late game begins. At this point, it's still a tie game for Sprinter, but the game immediately makes a 180 turn as Baby Top elbow pads towards a wall and dies to the Ivy without the use of Yiffian or Blink. A winning opportunity presents itself, and Sprinter opts to slug Mercenary and goes to leech the front gate. Eventually, he would teleport to 6, and despite the hover jetpack, he's unable to create enough distance to dodge the blink. While this is all happening, Lightning then breaks an Ostracon which alerts the hunter of his position, and the Yiffian is now on him whilst Baby Top opts to self-heal. The greed begins as Sprinter recognizes that there's a way to 4K this game, but Return refuses to give in. With Yiffian on the back gate already, he started walking towards Mercenary in hopes of taking him out whilst monitoring Lightning through the Yiffian. Lightning starts playing for a rescue, but Sprinter, aware of this possibility, starts moving back to the chair. The tension is out as Baby Top attempts to force the front gate, and forces the Ostracon teleport on him, getting hit in the process. But Baby Top continues to decode the gate, creating the illusion the gate is almost done, and forcing another hit from Sprinter. All the while, Lightning pulls off the craziest rescue of all time, as he manages to get to the chair with milliseconds to spare. Panic started to set in. Sprinter chairs Baby Top despite no self-heal, perhaps still scared of the 65% gate being opened, and Lightning and Sixth opt to try and go for the rescue again. Lightning tries to force the gate open, and since he's close from the chair, the mag's presence doesn't give him 60 corruption, but 20. The Aeroplanus rescues and Sprinter tries to go back, but this time, Return isn't going to give Sprinter any more opportunities, as Baby Top gets the elbow pad to pull distance. He walks back to the gate, still scared that it's almost finished, and blinks Explorer, and once Lightning is chaired, Six now rushes to the other gate, while Baby Top continues to give Tinnitus. He leeches 6 to buy some time, then brings back Yiffian to leech Explorer. This gives him the necessary information to know where Baby Top is at. With Yifian on front gate, Sprinter tries to catch 6 off guard, but the final jetpack saves the aeroplanist from going down. Baby Top baits the Ostracon teleport to the chair to allow aeroplanist to decode the gate, but he reacted way too late to the teleport and was a lot closer to Sprinter than he would have wanted. He takes the hit, but with the Ostracon broken at back gate, the only way for Sprinter to 4K is to move the Yifian to the gate. Or rather, that's what he thinks. You see, there was no way to 4K this game at this point. Once Aeroplanist had officially broken the Ostracon, the distance between Sprinter and 6 is too large to be made up before the gate is open. But Sprinter was greedy. When he had multiple chances within the game to get a 4K, you start to think that you need to get that result for the game to be worth it. If only Lightning didn't get the rescue, if Baby Top didn't get the elbow pad, if 6 didn't have that last jetpack. Sometimes those are the questions that we remember at that moment. But the question Spencer forgot was the most important. Where was the dungeon?
ちょっとこれ怖いよ怖いよこれまずい
A strong kite from a hunter that's on Survivor. A 3-man endgame turned into 4K all over a bad elbow pad. Then a dungeon clutch because Sprinter's greed was on an all-time high. This game was not just chaotic, it might have been what defines chaotic. However, the best aren't defined by their failures, but how they respond back. Sprinter went on to round 3 with vengeance, and showed the Southeast Asian team why he's the most feared in the West, as he proceeds to flawlessly 4K in Darkwoods. Meanwhile, B4E survivors also find their composure, as they secure a tie that gives them more round wins and net wins in their group bracket. This match remains a testament to how a game's flow can change and affect the decisions one makes in the game. It shows that even one of the greatest can struggle against players that many have disregarded. B4E and Sprinter may have walked away with a win, but the Lakeside match will always serve as a reminder that in this KOA, the distance between one of the greatest games to one of the biggest fumbles is one greedy decision away.
Is he calling those games? Isn't that he does it?
A draw! A draw! What?